Hello everybody and welcome to Fate Undiscovered Realms. The last time you seen anything of a Fate game, I beat Fate. And the last time you seen this game, I played it on the channel many years ago of the channel now. I think 2 years ago. As you can see, you can import a character. You can import any character, period, no matter what they are. However, we're not going to be doing that. We're going to be starting from a fresh slot. I suggest doing this for every single Fate game. You can play characters from every Fate game, but honestly, it's better to just play it as a new character. Because every character is basically a new chance to screw up, so to speak, story-wise. Going to be... Just make sure that OBS is, correctly placed here. And, yep. There's also a random features button. Yeah, why not? We're also going to be going with the dog this time. And...
Battle-worn and weary, you emerge from the dungeon depths, triumphant. Your heroic courage has won freedom for the town of Grove, prying its people from the clutches of the dungeon's manxome scourge. As you feast upon the generous bounty brought forth by the grateful townsfolk, the appearance of a mysterious stranger casts a shadow across the festivities. The stranger, a withered old man, hunched over his gnarled cane, speaks cryptically of new evil to befall Grove, of ancient secrets locked within a temple buried deep inside the dungeon's catacombs, of gateways to undiscovered realms. He weaves enchanting tales of the wealth and glory to be found in these mysterious realms. Druantia, the land of verdant forests. Typhon, with cities of ice long since fallen from the clouds. Aquitus, where murky waters entomb lost souls. And Prometheus, a world of cracked earth and flaming towers. Finally, he speaks of chaos, the realm of eternal turmoil. Of the temple's secrets, he divulges only the greatest. Hidden within is an ancient tome, the Book of Fate, which maintains the balance between these realms. Within its pages lies the key to Grove's salvation. The townsfolk look to you, their new champion, to take up this perilous quest and guide the stranger through the dungeon in search of the ancient temple. You must protect the town from these foreboding prophecies. You must once again step boldly across the threshold of that ancient dungeon gate in search of your true fate.
As you can tell from that line, yes, this is a direct sequel to Fate 1.
Leads you into the bowels of the dungeon, through endless passages and twisting corridors. He cowers in the shadows, while you dispatch denizens of the dark, clearing the way for your urgent quest. At long last, the stranger calls for you to halt. Great foreboding fills your heart as he intones a guttural chant. Glowing light fills his eyes, while his body thrashes and gesticulates wildly in an eldritch trance. This is no mere old man. The chamber shudders, great cracks forming in the moldy dungeon walls. Amid a cloud of dust, rubble, and fetid fumes, turrets and statues of lost heroes thrust violently into the chamber. With a final heave, the chaos reveals the cyclopean gates of a hidden temple as described by the stranger. "Behold," he mutters breathlessly, "the Temple of Fate." The temple walls are lined with majestic statues of the fabled guardian gatekeepers of the realms. In the center of the room, an altar glows incandescently, bearing the mighty volume, the Book of Fate. Staring intently at each page, you search for the answers to Grove's deliverance. But the arcane text reveals something more ominous. This book holds powers beyond those the stranger's tales led you to believe. Locked within its covers lies the key to the undiscovered realms, protecting them from evil forces that would bring corruption and devastation. You realize now that by uncovering this temple, you have committed a grave error. "At last, I will rule the realms," you hear the stranger cackle before blackness engulfs you, following a mighty, crackling, concussive blast. Treachery. You find yourself alone, lying prostrate on the cold temple floor. The fabled book is missing. All that remains are two whirling portals torn open by the stranger's fell magic. Gateways to realms unseen for countless eons are open in front of you. A lush green glow emits from one, no doubt leading to the long-lost forest realm of Druantia. Witheringly cold gales waft from the other. Surely this is the path to Typhon and its mysterious snowy ruins. The temple's guardian statues glare disdainfully down at you. What evil have you foolishly released upon these noble creatures' domain? You now know what must be done. Rise up as a hero and step forth into the undiscovered realms. Defeat the great evil you have unleashed and bring back the Book of Fate.
As you can see, canon-wise, you are the same character that granted victory in the first game of Fate. Welcome to the Temple of Fate. Explore the temple by left-clicking to walk, talk to everyone, search for quests to perform. When you're ready, enter a portal to begin your adventure. Technically, you could go without ending the game previously and just play this from your peak performance in Fate 1. However, we're not going to be doing that for the sake of starting any new class. Before I let you face your destiny, perhaps you can improve yourself. Perhaps some realm guardians can help you. Welcome to Choices. Our realms have been plagued by the forces of Morgul. Only such a legendary hero as yourself can stop him. He is somewhere on the 27th level of the dungeon the outpost of Durantia. I'll give you this journeyman's horned leather gloves as a reward. Now, this is when you choose what place to go to. Because I prefer... Also, the Realm Guardian has given you a heroic quest. Look for a portal on the edge of the Temple of Fate leading to the Guardian's realm. You must complete all heroic quests before you can retire. There's also this room, but we'll be getting to that later. The only thing standing between me and retirement is these monsters. Your character gains a level. Remember to assign the points you gained. Click on the level up button in the bottom left corner of the screen to distribute your hard-earned points. Same logic. Left click to move, attack, and interact with items. Right click to cast spells when learned. Control to run. Alt to remain to highlight items on the ground, or just auto. Most of this is just auto. I'll pause here so you can read most of it, but yeah. The third level. Third level. Because honestly, I really like the Outpost of Durantia.
You have received a task.
It's my favorite. Also, you'll be noticing some things. There's a lot of different kinds of people here, including monsters that live cohesively with people. I lived for 1,000 years, and yet I don't feel a day over 900. And lo, I've seen heroes come and go. Boy, you are something to sing about. Am I right or am I right? No. Traveling the dungeon, I lost my nether sealed superior hardened studded armor to tortoise. If you'd be kind enough to get back for me, I'll pay you for my trouble. It's the third level though, buddy. You can't already want me to die. Oh, excuse me, I've got some fish here for sale if you want them. Nope, I just want the fishing pole. Fishing poles allow you to fish when you see a cloud of fireflies. Feeding a fish to your pet transforms it into a more powerful creature. You can find fishing holes in the town and throughout the dungeon. You can also find rare items by fishing. Same song and dance. Necron. Welcome, I invite you to my wondrous wares and mystical wares. Won't bite. Too hard. Unfortunately, we're not going to be shopping with this guy, because this is not the class I'm going to be getting. Unfortunately. Also, if you're wondering why I'm not going to be doing a specific class in the game, also gambling is the same. Basically, items here will be cheaper than they would be at the store for the same enchantment, because the enchantment is not visible here. However, as a result of that, you also don't know what you're getting, so some of that stuff could just be not enchanted at all. Smuggle bar. Just glance, I can destroy gems from items and destroy what's left of the item. The gems will be free for use, however. Interested? No. It's not a good thing. Madam Yaga. This is a gameplay element that I will not be getting into until we can get into it, because it wasn't available in Fate 1, and I want to get that when we get to it. Buy my rigorously detailed weaponry. No one else around here will. Buy it now! Oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes I can be overbearing. Sheesh. No, really, buy something. This is the cheap guy. This is the guy that, well, quote-unquote cheap. Basically, everybody has level 3 quests. So our dog. He can hold things, he also can only wear rings and a necklace. So you be careful with upgrading him. Hello. Also, it does look like I'm going to be forced to pick a level 3 quest, because if I go down there, which will reset the quests... Wait a minute, I can go back to the Temple of Fate and come back. Also, we're going to be getting into fishing in just a second. Also, you can accept both these quests, and you can do them both at the same time. I do not recommend that. Stick with one floor. Hello. Level 2. First level.
You have received the quest.
Expect quests to also work a little bit differently, which I'm going to be going over that. Shortly.
Hello.
So, this guy here sells fish. As you can see, there's a lot of different types of fish in this game. We'll be going over most of them. Because there's way more fish here than any other game. There's also Winslow. Have you seen my cousin Getz? He looks like me, except shorter. Anyway, what would you like to see for our sale? Okay. Well, let's go back down. At least this doesn't require anything. And just like before, I have the same philosophy with this game as I do Fate 1. Make sure you fish enough to where you can get enough money to at least buy a few items before you go into the dungeon, just so that you're a little bit prepared. Also, this guy can extract gems safely, but keeps the gems. Not good. Also, double drat. So, in this game, orange items are going to be a little bit more sporadic. They're not going to be as available. Basically. Ah, crap. Have I gotten a single fish? Oop. That's a no. Well, I got one, which is a lava beetle. Lava beetles work the same as they do in Fate 1. Basically, they have fire resistance and they can deal fire damage, but they also have an ice weakness. Or something to that effect. I'd actually have to have him eat it in order to find out. Crystalline Cutter.
Your pet has been transformed.
Yeah, fire resistance, ice weakness. You would not want to use this in, the ice place. Ironically, something that does fire damage shouldn't be in the ice dungeon for some reason. Granted, he will do fire elemental damage like this, however, it is good to note that he will still take, extra damage from ice if it's used against him. 120 seconds, Ice Wolf. Figurling Dory. Resistances and weaknesses are very important in this game, particularly compared to Fate 1. Also, don't worry too much about getting a fish for your pet, just worry about getting something that you can sell right now, just to get an item for the class that you want. So you can start feeling it out and getting used to it on the first floor. Because a lot of the first part of this game is going to be preparation, as I've said many a time. See how much money this sells for. $62. Well, I barely made an investment. I made back my money. Still not enough. In this game, fishing items, like items you equip to fish with, are a lot more apparent because the fishing system is a lot more fleshed out. As you can see, there's way more fish, there's way more to do with fishing. You can buy fish if you want. To focus more on the aspect of orange items being in the fishing spot and not just randomly out in the world. Because as I said, I played Fate Undiscovered Realms the most, and I can tell you I've never ran into orange items by means of killing an enemy or otherwise. Not saying it's not possible, it's just saying that it's odd that in the last stretch of Fate 1, I was just getting those non-stop. Alrighty. Even if we're just getting, fish here. Still good for our progress, I guess. And still sell them. Except the stinger fish, because that's the actual thing I want. Scorp felines are the best enemy that you can turn your cat or dog into. They are the best thing you can ever equip onto your animal. However, they are incredibly rare to get a permanent version of it. Usually the only way I've ever gotten a permanent version of that is means of fishing. And again, I'm probably not going to go into the dungeon this episode, just because a lot of this episode was discussing and talking about story for a basis of this game, and prepping. So, yeah, don't expect any progress this episode as far as going into the dungeon. Because that's it. We've seen the dungeons here are relatively short, and considering that they have, well... Considering that they have their quest stopped at 26 or 28. Somewhere in between the 20s, mid-20s mark. Lawless Sturgeon, a thorn tarrant permanently. Not good. Da 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 da. Anyway, I think I'll be ending this episode off. And in the next episode, we'll be doing a little bit more prep work. See you guys then.